obviously the British government is in a very difficult position in this whole negotiation because nobody on the European side asked us to leave. What the British Brexit negotiation is doing is putting the authorities in the other 27 member states and in the European institutions to a great deal of trouble and expense on the strength of what was, after all, a rather narrow vote in the referendum 18 months ago.
So, but what seems to have happened recently is there's been a big row over the last 24 hours about the difference between these two phrases, regulatory alignment and non-divergence. And for most people, if you even look beyond the gibberish, it doesn't seem like there's all that much difference between the two. Do you look at that and think there is a big difference?
No, I find it very difficult to see much difference. You're dancing on the point of a pin when you get into that sort of semantic discussion. Okay, there are quite a lot of particularly sensitive international negotiations, for example, in the case of disputes, wars, which have to be settled in the end on the basis of very, very narrow verbal definitions. But I think really the only thing that is going to solve the Irish border issue is concrete proposals about what is actually going to be done, not about the principle of non-divergence or alignment or convergence or whatever.
I suppose the real question is, do you think it's possible for any kind of agreement to be reached from where we are now with also a soft border in Northern Ireland?
I think it's certainly possible, but it can't be reached without the British government giving up some very important so-called red lines, which it's laid down in the course of the negotiation. Well, for a start, the escape from, or if you like to put it that way, from the jurisdiction of the European Court of Justice, because any agreement that involves matching regulation or convergence of regulation is going inevitably to be influenced on the European side by the ultimate arbiter there, which is the European Court. So that's one red line. The government has said that there must be no physical border, there must be no hold-ups at the border, there must be no visible procedures at the border in Ireland, and we all have great sympathy with that objective for all the well-known political reasons. But it has to be put into practice, and you are going to need machinery in order to understand and ensure that there is no machinery that is holding things up.